Political systems refers to the structures and the process through which a society governs itself and makes the decisions for their collective future. There are several different types of political systems with its own characteristics and principles. Let's list them in alphabetical order. So the first one is anarchy. Anarchy is the absence of formal government or authority. In theory, it is a state of a society without a government or law. However, in practice, most societies have some form of governance, even if it is informal one. Prime examples would be Catalonia during 1936 to 1939. During the Spanish Civil War, the region of Catalonia in Spain experienced a period of anarchist influence and self-governance. Another example would be Somalia from 1991 to 2006. After the collapse of Somali government in 1991, the country descended into a prolonged period of anarchy and civil war. The second one in the list is authoritarianism. Authoritarian systems concentrate power in the hands of a single leader or of a small group of individuals. These leaders often have significant control over the government, the media, and other key institutions. The citizens have limited political freedom and the dissent is often suppressed. The examples include China, the People's Republic of China, known for its authoritarian government led by the Chinese Communist Party. Another example would be Russia under Vladimir Putin. As under the leadership of Putin, Russia has exhibited increasingly authoritarian tendencies. The next in the list is communism. Communism aims for a classless society in which the means of the production are owned collectively and the wealth is distributed according to the need. In practice, this often leads to single-party political system with centralized control of the economy and limited political freedoms. Historically, the Soviet Union and Cuba have been the examples of communist states. The next one in the list is democracy. In a democracy, the power is vested in the hands of people, either directly or through elected representatives. The citizens have the right to participate in the decision making, typically through regular elections. The examples of democracy is not that straightforward. It can be divided into direct democracies and indirect democracies. An example of direct democracy would be ancient Athens, where the citizens directly participated in decision making. One of the most prominent examples of direct democracy in action today is found in Switzerland. For instance, Swiss citizens have the right to initiate a referendum on a wide range of issues. Swiss voters can directly decide on the issues such as changes in the constitution, new law, or international agreements. The indirect democracy is often referred to the representative democracy is a form of democratic governance in which the elected representatives stand in for populace. The majority of the contemporary Western democracies operate under the framework of representative democracy. This includes countries such as United Kingdom, which follows a unitary parliamentary constitutional monarchy system, whereas France is a unitary semi-presidential republic. Germany is a federal parliamentary republic. Italy is a parliamentary republic with a representative democratic system. The United States is a federal presidential republic and India is a federal parliamentary democratic republic. In case you would like to know more about the differences amongst the different types of democracies, I would be glad to make another episode explaining the differences amongst the democracies. Moving on to federalism. Federal systems divide the political authority between the central government and smaller regional or state government. This allows a greater autonomy and decision-making power at the regional level. The examples include India, the United States, Canada, and Germany. It is important to mention here about confederalism, in which the independent states or regions come together and delegate some powers to the central authority while retaining a significant degree of sovereignty. The European Union is an example of confederation. The next one in the list is monarchy. In a monarchy, a single person, often a king or a queen, holds the supreme authority as the head of state. There are mainly two types of monarchy: absolute monarchy and constitutional monarchy. The absolute monarchy is where the monarch has got the complete control over the government and is not bound by any constitution. Saudi Arabia can be understood as an example of absolute monarchy, where the ruling monarch holds extensive power. On the contrary, the constitutional monarchy, in which the monarch's powers are limited by a constitution, and there is often an elected parliament that holds the legislative authority. The United Kingdom and Japan are the examples of constitutional monarchy, in which the monarch's powers are limited by their respective constitutions. Next, let's talk about oligarchy. An oligarchy is a system in which a small privileged group of individuals or families hold the political power. These groups often maintain control through their economic and social means. Some political scientists consider that some democracies have the elements of oligarchy due to the influence of wealthy elites. Some critics argue that Belarus and Russia exhibit the characteristics of an oligarchy. It is also argued Venezuela, particularly during the presidency of Hugo Chavez and his successor Nicolas Maduro, experienced the emergence of an oligarchy consisting of the government officials and the military leaders who gained power and wealth. The next one in the list is socialism. Socialist systems typically involve government ownership or the control of key industries and services, with the aim of reducing economic inequality and providing the basic needs of the citizens. However, the private ownership is still allowed in some sectors. An example would be Sweden, a social democracy with a strong welfare state and a mixed market economy. Another example is Norway. Norway is known for its social welfare policies and significant state ownership in the key industries. The next one in the list is totalitarianism. Totalitarian systems are characterized by government's control over every aspect of public and private life. These regimes often use propaganda, surveillance, and repression to maintain the power. An example would be North Korea, a highly centralized totalitarian regime under the rule of Kim dynasty. Another example would be Turkmenistan, known for its totalitarian government with a strict control over all the aspects of life. The final political system in this list that we are going to talk about is theocracy. In a theocracy, religious leaders or religious institutions hold the political power, and the government is based on the religious laws and principles. The Islamic Republic of Iran is a theocracy where the religious leaders hold significant political power, and the legal system is based on Islamic law Sharia. Vatican City is another example of theocracy where the Pope is both religious and political leader. The political system are a fundamental aspect of a society's structure and have a significant impact on citizens' life and the country's direction. These political systems may vary widely in terms of governance, representation, individual rights, economic organizations, and other factors. Many countries incorporate the elements of more than one system or have evolved over time. As you made until here, you must be very curious to know more about international politics. I have handpicked such episodes for you that you could find them here, and I will see you there.